When I began student teaching, my main focus was delivering lessons and content and maintaining classroom order. Over time, my philosophy expanded to prioritize holistic student development. I began to see education as more than just imparting information. It's about fostering critical thinking, creativity, and emotional well-being. Initially relying on traditional assessments, I observed the need of alternative forms of expression. This led to incorporation of project-based assessments, discussions, allowing students diverse ways to showcase their understanding. When introducing technology, we serve it as a powerful tool, offering diverse resources to accommodate various learning styles, such as our ELL students, educational apps in interactive platforms and multimedia presentations engage students and enhance accessibility, especially through things like Classroom Dojo, where we post assignments weekly where parents and students can work together. Another thing that we do is Star Math. That's something that we incorporate in class during win time, which is project-based learning, and it also allows us to monitor their project without putting so much pressure on students to perform well. And then we also use adaptive technology tailored to learning experiences. For instance, for our ELL, for those same apps that we use for different students within our classroom, we also use those for her. And for our Haitian student, they both get the same tailored experience, which is providing an English instruction, Haitian, French, and Spanish, which is the languages that she doesn't speak French, but he does. But they both speak Creole. And we give them those platforms, and then we reach out to parents as well to make sure that they're incorporating those same needs within their home. And we just make sure that we're tailoring the content so it's accessible to not just the students, but to their parents as well. And then we support a differentiated approach in the classroom by incorporating online collaborative tools, facilitated group projects, such as discussion posts or discussion forums where parents and students can work together to correlate responses for words of the week or sentences, sentence framing, or what they might do in different situations, and how they kind of propose socially emotional learning at home. We also use educational games. One of the things that we use right now is Renaissance and Star Math, as well as Imagine Learning. And all of those tools can be accessed both at home and in school. And those are just a few of the ways that I've learned to kind of alter the way that I teach using technology, including for classroom management and fostering engagement and things like that. As far as creating a compassionate classroom, though, through activities that encourage empathy and understanding, I foster an environment where students actively listen and support one another. We make sure that when I'm talking, you are not talking, or if another student is talking, you are also showing the same respect and kindness that they would show you. Another way that we've fostered that same is I pray over the students every day. We don't do that together. That's not allowed at this school, but every morning I pray over the class. And it's sort of just like a way of me saying, like, let this class learn today, let them have a good day, let them be positive, let them have a positive mindset about themselves, and whatever they've carried from outside, hopefully they've kind of transition that so that at the end of the day they can feel more confident in what they've learned and how they're learning it. And then we design lessons that nourish holistically, promoting emotional well-being alongside academic growth, encouraging goal setting to foster a sense of purpose and self-awareness. An example of this would be, we have two students, Kevin and Bendrick. They are together, they're hilarious, but we have foster real-world connections, such as ensuring that they understand that there are goals that you have to set for yourself, and in order to obtain those goals, you have to have a plan. So one of their goals was to create a restaurant, and it called The Boys, but either way, we came up with how much would things cost, what would you need to do that, how would you get your business started, things like that. And we created a plan, which we're still working with this week. We really just created menu items, what they would use ingredients wise, how they would find those cooking materials, how would they start their business, would they reach out to different companies to kind of support and promote them, or would they start off with, a truck, a food truck, things like that. And that's just one of the ways that we've kind of worked with students. Another way is just establishing, like, what do they want to learn by the end of this week, or by the end of this month, or the end of the grading period. We do that both within ourselves and as a classroom as a whole, and then with students individually through progress monitoring. And then through the ethical behavior and emphasis, we model and reinforce ethical behavior by highlighting honesty, integrity, and respect for others, which we do every morning, every day, and right before we do each lesson. It's our CUB rules. C, control your behavior. U, use quiet voices. S, silently walk to all destinations. That's just because we have an open classroom. We do not have 4 walls for every classroom. We actually don't have that in any classroom other than in the 2nd grade building, which is a completely separate building. So that's where that rule comes from. And then B, be kind and respectful. And then as far as adding my Christian values, like I said, I pray every day. There has been a situation where a little girl didn't have a backpack. Well, she had a backpack, but it was kind of broken and tattered. And, this was on the 3rd day of school. So I prayed to God the night before and asked, do I give her a new backpack, or do I just fix the one that she has using my resources at home? And I said, if you want me to bring her a new backpack, allow her to wear all pink, like head to toe pink. The very next day, she shows up, pink ribbons in her hair, and then these pink little like clips in her hair, and then a full bright pink shirt with bright leggings, and then these shoes that are like sparkly pink. So it was very much a way for me to talk to God to say, okay, this is what he wants me to do. So the very next day I brought her in a new backpack, and she was super appreciative. Her mom loved it. And then as far as when we're fostering engagement during some of the times that we've had this year, such as our activity week for Halloween, or just really just celebrating holidays and things that, just keeping a connection within the school, I brought in 12 different costumes, both used and new, for students. This was because almost none of our students came in with any costume and were crying. And I kind of knew that was going to happen after praying to God and asking, should I get donations? Should I purchase these items myself? Where can I get these items? He spoke out to me, and they had a phenomenal time. They all were super creative. They got to keep their costumes when they went home. Their parents reached out. They were very much happy. Some of them didn't have the needs or the funds to be able to provide their students or their children with that. So as far as this, I think my entire experience is teaching is much more than just teaching. It is being a parent sometimes. It's being a social worker. It's being an advocate. And I want to do that. I don't just want to enter the classroom to teach and do student engagement strategies and figure out how I'm going to get students to a certain grade level mark. I want to foster engagement with not only my students, but with my parents. I want us to work together as a community so we can better support our kids and our students. And I want them to not just be successful in life, but be successful people and have positivity and think confidently about themselves and know that whatever they're facing right now isn't always going to be the case later down the road. So that's basically my teaching philosophy. I think that pretty much sums up everything that I believe in and that I hope to be as a teacher, and I hope that I continue to have similar experiences like I've had this year. However challenging they might have been, I'm still glad that I was able to see those things. Thank you.